Hi, how you doing? I'm Hage Velo and this is my creative project for SAE Institute, Cape Town. So first and foremost, I want to give a huge shout out to Zimaut Animation. He's the one who provided me with his media. He was very generous to allow me to use it, and so I want to give a special thanks to him. And I want to ask you guys to please check out his original video. I'll leave the link in the description below. I hope that you, on my behalf, thank him that way by watching his video. So the idea behind this was heavily inspired by like Boondocks, soundtrack wise, Foley wise, very hip hop meets anime, but more hip hop. So I did start off with the drummer, Douglas Erickson. He is a very close friend of mine, great drummer. He's also an engineer as well. Countless of times he's helped me out with a number of tracks, and it's honestly a pleasure working with him. It's hardly ever a dull moment, and like the creative play off each other is unmatched. It's gonna have such a big head when he sees this, but we meaning Joshua Fermark and I, he's a past SAE student. We started off by putting keys on top of the drums. That was gonna lay the foundation and the theme of the whole soundtrack that we're going for. Incredibly talented. He has a very intuitive way of playing. So I showed him the video and he played while watching it, and it came out spectacular. I could not have imagined it coming out any better than the way it did. He had the different MIDI as well, the strings. So he did the piano key MIDI and also the strings MIDI, and it was a great combination. Like, I mean, I had very little input. Yeah, you honestly just took that whole video in and just knew what to do. I know Stuart from about a year ago. He is the guitarist on the track, and he did an incredible work on that. We went for a very unsettling mood, especially in the beginning of that soundtrack, just to show the uneasiness of the fight, them trying to measure each other up. He did a great job by doing that, I think. Last year I'd worked with him as well on one of his projects, and he has a very psychedelic play to him. It's unlike anything I've heard. He's incredibly talented. The Foley was probably the longest part of this whole animation. It took so much realizing, like, I first took notes and thought what I had to put in, but the more you start adding Foley, the more punches you add, and then you hear scratch sounds and you realize there's foot movements you haven't put in. It's a crazy rabbit hole, and like you just want to keep adding more and more sounds, and at some point you really have to stop. And I'm just glad there was a deadline for this. Otherwise you just keep going. You honestly just keep going. There's just so many sounds that you end up hearing while you're doing it. I'm lucky that this was an animation, because I got to, didn't have to be so realistic, and I could really push the sound I was trying to make. I had a lot of room for sound design. I got to use very weird sounds. I have a horror impact sound in there. I'm using a bicycle scratching on dirt. There was just so much room for playing around, and it was, the thing is, it's just a great animation. I really liked working on it so much. I really did so much. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed as much as I did making it. I'll leave the link as well down below in the description. Go check out what I did on the animation. If you like it, please give it a share. I'd really appreciate that very much. Cool. I do want to give a shout out to Peter Ngwale. He's the videographer. He's the one who did the behind the scenes. He's the one shooting the interview right now. Incredible eye. You should check out his YouTube channel as well. I'll leave that below as well in the description. You guys have a lot of stuff below in the description, so just yeah, thanks.